session on operation research. In project management, in last lecture, we understood what is CPM, what are the advantages and limitation of CPM, what is the history of CPM, what is the main key terminology used in CPM, and how we calculate different parameters, different flows in CPM. Today we will learn a part that is project evolution and review technique. Means this all words give a detailed information on this method, that is a project evolution and review technique. Means you have to evaluate your project by time interval and you have to define your review technique accordingly. So you have to get a perfect evaluation, perfect project monitoring over there. So let's start our today's session. First we have to learn a part history. What is part? What is part is a simple, the project evolution and review techniques commonly abbreviated as a part. Means we have to know part as a project evolution and review technique. And it is a statistical tool. What are we consider and we compare a CPM and part in this session continuously. Part is a statistical tool and CPM is a monitoring tool of project. Both are different, right? So part is a statistical tool which is used for project management, and it was developed by US Navy for the special project of Polaris nuclear submarine. And in early days, early example is it also used in 1916 Winter Olympics in Grenoble. Applied part from 1965 until the opening of the game 1968, means 1965 to 1968, these 3 years gap, they have a defined part, they have applied the part to successfully completed or to successfully organized Olympic, Winter Olympic. Winter Olympic was arranged in 1968, but their planning was started from 1965. And based on that, as we know that whenever any big tournament in sports will be announced, before that or before a few years they planning. Like as for let's take example of cricket. Last Cricket World Cup was in 2016. Now in 2021 again World Cup is there. Clear? In every 5 years World Cup is there. So for next World Cup match, they have to plan, ICC have to plan before a 5 years or after completions of current World Cup. They have started at which place they have organized that activity, and they selected that place based on their location, based on their facility, based on their resource, and they give them authorship or ownership for arranging a World Cup. So these all are planning based on what theory. Next, what is a part? Part is designed for scheduling a complex project. So the question is, what is part? Part is designed for scheduling a complex project that involves many interrelated tasks. It improves the planning process. Main thing, scheduling a complex project. Now we call a CPM. What is the limitation of CPM? CPM is not capable to solve a complex project and the larger project. Clear? and they haven't any interrelated work. That are the limitation. And what is the part? What is the design for the complex project? An interrelated task. Clear? So that parallelly we can compare that cPML project. So it improves a planning process because it informs a planner to define the project various component activities. It provides a basis for the normal time estimates, and it allows for some measure of optimism and pessimism in estimating the completion of needs. Means here we have to calculate optimistic time, pessimistic time for the calculation of project. Clear? It shows the effect of change to overall plans and they are contemplated. Clear? It shows the effect of changes. Next, it provides built-in means for ongoing evolution of plan. Built-in means ongoing evolution, means is a project evolution and review technique, means evolution is continuously day by day in project will be there. So it gives ongoing evolution for the plan also. Next, what is the main terminology for the part? Is first optimistic time. As we can see last slide, optimistic time, that is a sorted possible time in which the activity can be finished. It's optimum time. We have to optimize that time. At optimum time, how much time required to complete the task, and we have to optimize it. That is optimistic time, means it is a sorted possible time to complete the activity. It assumes that everything goes very well. We have to assume that everything is going very well, then what is the shortest possible time? And it is denoted by T0 or T0. Next is most likely time. It is estimate of the normal time the activity would take. Means first we have to find out TO. What is TO? That is a possible sorted time. Most likely time, that is a normal time of the activity. This assumes that normal delays. If a graph is plotted in the time of completion and the frequency of completion in that time period, then most likely time will be represented the highest frequency of occurrence, and that is denoted by T. Next is pessimistic time. Means it represents the longest time the activity could take. Means first we have to find shortest time, second we have to find normal time, next in pessimistic we have to find longest time which activity take, and if everything goes wrong. As in optimistic estimate, this value may be such that only 1 in 100 or 1 in 20 will take time longer than the value, and that will be denoted by T. Means pessimistic value will always take a longer. Clear? Compared to the TO. Next terminology, that is the expected time. There is a prediction, and it is an average time of an activity will take if it were to be repeated on large number of times, and is based on the assumptions that activity time follows beta distributions, and this be given by TE. TE, that is estimated time, that is T0 plus 4Tm plus TP divided by 6, that is the equation of expected time. Clear? So we will use this equation for calculation of what? Numerical. Clear? Next, the variance. What is the variance? Variance is the activities. Variance which can get TP. TP that is pessimistic time, and TO that is optimistic time. So TP minus T0 divided by 6 all raised to square, we can get a variance. Clear? Now we find out the standard deviation, sigma. What is the standard deviation? That is the summation of activities variance. Summation of all the activities variance means we find out the variance, and summation of all variance we can get the standard deviation. Clear? For only a critical path or a particular project path only. Clear? So next we can find Z-score. What is a Z-score? So in order to find the probability of project completion by the target date, we can use when Z-score was coming, when we calculate the Z-score, suppose in data, if anyone asks us, suppose your project completion time is 22 days, and in data they have asked, if I have to calculate I have to complete this project within a month, means within a 13 days. So what is the probability of completion of project? So that we have to calculate, and that probability we have to find, that is known as Z-score. What is the Z-score? The basic formula over there is x minus TE divided by sigma. X, that is predicted or targeted time for completion of project. Like as we seen in last example, as I have to complete that project within a month, means 13 days. Means that is 13 days, that is denoted as X. What is T? That is expected time. As we have to complete it in 22 days. So what is T? That is a 22. Clear? And sigma, that is a standard deviations, which will get under root of all the various activities, summation of all various activities. Clear? X is equal to target project completion, as we say in TE, that is expected project completion time. Sigma is standard deviation of activities on the critical path. So the question is that after getting the Z value, you have to refer a table which will be given in last appendix portion of Operation Research Pool. They will provide a Z-score, and based on that Z-score you have to consider the probability value, means psi value. So here I put the images of that table. Here what happened? Here we can get the Z value is given as 0.0. As we can get Z value over here 0.02 up to the phi value, means we can get a value. Suppose, let's take an example. Suppose we have to calculate the Z-score, and we can get a value as 0.20. So 0.20 we can consider over here Z value. So at 0.20, what is the probability for calculation? So we have to see in the table, you can see that 0.5793, that is the value we have to consider for the size A, means we have to calculate for the probability. So we have to subtract this 0.5793 from the one, we can find a probability of your project. Clear? So this is the Z table. From that we have to calculate a Z-score and the probability of our projects. Clear? So in next lecture we have learned the PERT example. Up to so far we have to see basic theory of PERT and what are the main terminology of PERT, and in next lecture we have to implement that terminology. Clear? So next lecture we will learn a PERT example. Thanks for watching.